Like, if the Jews didn't help the Africans in England gain civil rights, then they don't owe them jack shit. Why would they?
Fine, then have that part of the conversation, because I was in a room with you with an Australian Jew who literally sat on stage and talked about how black people owed Jewish people, and you didn't come off your mic and say, hey, wait a minute, you're an Australian Jew, black people don't owe you. You didn't say that. But now you want to come up on the stage and make this type of delineation. Why are you doing that now?
Yes,
why do you do it then?
At this point, you're grasping at trying.
It's not. No. This is not grasping. It's what happened.
Let me finish the sentence. You're so afraid because I said grasping.
Afraid. Okay. Go ahead.
Clearly, as soon as I said grasping, you jumped up. You're grasping at accusing me of a failure to act against
black people owe Jewish
people.
Big thank you.
That's a stretch. Come on, like I'm on
the literal exact argument. You're actually committing the exact same thing I'm telling you.
Let me.
Hold on. You're committing the exact
very activated in this conversation. I feel like you need to chill a little bit.
Yo, bro, this is
like it doesn't matter, right? We're Americans. We're talking. We have helped each other in our community. We can acknowledge that an Australian is a moron. But like to accuse me.
Oh, hold on. You didn't then though.
What?
You didn't then.
I didn't end my sentence. I know you interrupted again.
Okay, just answer this question then. Why didn't you correct him when he said that?
I told you to calm down. So what?
Why didn't you correct him when he said that?
Well, like I know exactly who you're talking about because there's like only one Jewish Australian guy, or like two or three, and I haven't talked to them in like a year. So you're clearly like dredging up ancient history. So the basic answer is I have no fucking clue. I might not have even been at the phone, which is why I think you're grasping. You're saying like I didn't object. What the fuck do you know?
Dude, you was in the room and we was having a conversation.
Yeah, I was in a room. You were in a room. I saw you. You sat idly by while shit happened. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Migzette, now you keep talking over me. Okay, so Migzette, it's very simple, dude. Every single time, you're literally committing the exact thing I'm telling you. Like, literally, this is happening in real time. So when it was Jewish people that need to be corrected, you don't do any type of correction. When it's black people, all of a sudden you got all these different corrections for the black people. And this is the problem. So when this Jewish guy, it's not even just him. It's also the other guy that's part of the IDF. He was in the room. It was him. It was the other guy. This is a very common talking point. That dude was born in Israel. The other dude was born in Israel. This is a common thing where Jewish people say, black people owe Jewish people. This is a common thing. And I never hear you say, wait, hold on. Black people don't owe you guys anything. You're from Australia and you're from Israel. I never hear you say that. You agree with them.
All right, so I want to say a couple of things. One is the blacks that helped the Jews in World War II, thanks. You
one or two things?
What?
You said one or two things. That's what you just said.
Al, I stayed silent.
We're not. Just go for a second.
All right, I'm just gonna finish talking because it's very easy to understand what I'm saying. Thank you for the black people. Thank the black people for helping in World War II. I think it's nice that Haiti and what was the other black country? Was it Liberia?
Liberia.
Yeah, I appreciate them voting for Israel. Though I think you are factually mistaken about it needing to be 33. I still think you're wrong about that.
No. That's not the state. I told you what the statement was already.
But yes, they did vote for Israel, and I appreciate that they voted for Israel, and that's nice. The thing that when I say, hey, I want black people to be more grateful, it's not that I'm asking black people, grovel on your knees, be so thankful. It's more like, why are you literally saying the most hateful Hitler-fueled shit to me when, like, my people have been nice to you? Like, what the fuck is that?
That's the perfect example.
What do you mean? Why is it the perfect example? Asking for common decency to a person that you've treated well is very different from asking for groveling.
No, Sam, you just said, why are black people treating Jewish people this way when your people have treated us this way? And so this is another prime example, because you're not acknowledging all the Jewish people that treated black people poorly. What are you talking about?
You think that on net the Jews have mistreated them? Okay, American Jews have mistreated blacks more than they've helped American blacks.
Do you think on net black people have mistreated Jews?
No, that's the whole point.
So what? So what are we doing here?
Well, the point is, it's very reasonable to say if American Jews have helped American blacks on net, why are there American blacks that are spewing the most hate-filled nonsense in the world.
Then why are there American Jews that are spitting the most hateful stuff?
Dr. Nick, welcome back to another exciting episode of How to Waste Your Time and Waste Your Life real time on live stream, listening to stupid people talk about nothing, picking their nose, picking their booty hole. Welcome, Dr. Scott. Oh, my friend, Dr. Scott is here. Hey, Dr. Scott.
Listen. Blacks and whites.
Dude,
Blacks and whites fight each other and kill each other. We want niggas just keep killing each other, pussy niggas. We don't care about blacks, nigga. We don't care about Jews.
You want to come up?
Oh, this room is ass. The Mongolian Empire rapes butthole. This is absolute ass. Y'all are in here coming to plead for. The Empire wants to. Hold on, let me screenshot this so everybody knows these two were building after they got, freaked out over.
What up, Dr. Scott? Welcome to Palestinian Terrorists on Clown House, where we've been recording Dr. Prince and his troupe of terrorist vagabonds as they maraud across the social audio landscape and cause terror in real time.
Do you know what's been terrorized of late?
Your taint?
My taint.
This man has a taint fetish. What's the deal with you and your taint, Scott? When was the last time you had a pretty girl even sniff it? It's been a while, I bet.
You're an incel? That might be. You're an incel. You, don't... Yeah, okay. Am I coming in? Let me know. I'll repeat. You're an unsexed, racist weirdo. And you think because you're Jewish, and people who are Jewish that are nothing like you,
Damn,
also
Sam's
are
getting
not
packed
racist,
up.
that we should be thinking all Jews. Let's be very clear here. The Jewish people are against
They've
what's
kicked me
happening
from like
are
5
the
chillism
Jewish
account
people
rooms
during the
today,
civil rights movement.
and they have a
You
do not
crap
kick, no
ass
mod
will
policy,
never do
basically.
what the people you think I should be grateful for did. So that's what it is.
Oh,
I
I
let
can
the
hear
two,
you fine.
I let the black and white, I let these film negative incels build with each other. The film
Is your
negative
taint
incels.
being vibrator?
Black and white versions of the same fucking weirdo, and y'all can keep cooking.
would totally help.
Wait, Dr. Articulate, that was all aimed at Sam?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if it sounded like it was at Al, there's a reason, because they're literally film negatives of each other. But at least Al pretended to be anti-Israel for like 5 seconds and then became pro-genocide. But dude, these people suck. Dude, these people suck. You just said black people should be grateful to people you're not even related to, because what? What? You think the majority of Jews were for the civil rights movement? We're not anti-Semites.
Scott, I'm sitting here listening to Dr. Sam get packed up by this ultra-black nationalist. Lucifer is in the room. Lucifer, you are quite a flip-flopper. Sometimes you surprise me, other times you scare me. I don't know. I mean, I know you're crazy, but I don't know. Some of your you got bad takes on some takes, Dr. Lucifer. But I would expect the devil to actually have bad takes. But see, you would think, if you're so smart, and you're the devil, you would have bad takes intentionally. And actually, you'd just be very conservative.
You're that's your opinion. I'm a Lucifer fan, by the way. I'm a huge fan of Lucifer. No, I just want to talk. Hey, Scott, who are you to judge me, Adrian? Are you God?
Is that the title to like your latest EDM song or something? Are you God?
No, I'm just.
Because I've heard that EDM song. It's like,
Well, I know.
who is God? You are
You don't
God.
like my takes. Hey, I just got kicked out of like 3 rooms because I was asking them. This girl was bragging about how many kids she had being a mom, and I just called her a slave owner.
Go get laid. Get some women. Get some women, Sam. Get laid, Sam. Go have sex somewhere. Go have sex somewhere, Sam. Stop being an incel. Find sex. You need it. Clearly. You probably gotta pay for it because you scare women, Sam. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. Why can't you fucking track? Why can't you fucking understand these ideas that I
Dude, what's funny? I
just don't understand. Like, I still think if you're gonna talk about
There are amazing Jewish people. Most of them are really cool. But the few that keep saying we should be grateful to y'all for people you're not like are just racist. You wouldn't do it. Yo, would you be a freedom rider, Sam? Sam, would you be a freedom rider? Sam, would you be a freedom rider?
Yeah.
In the civil rights movement, would you bust down and get your ass lynched on behalf of black people, Sam? Would you go on the bus and get lynched with the rest of us, Sam? Would you go get lynched with us, Sam? You trying to die with us? Shut up.
Today, so Kanye West stop your being hateful. I just think that you should be playful. I'm not saying like I'm just saying yo, be nice. Don't be like Kanye fucking West. Don't be fucking
I can't.
Alright.
I would have done it. I don't have to because thank you, Al, or whoever did it.
Hey, what up, Gildas? How you doing, bro?
I'm taking it easy. I was just trying to let them go back and forth because they were having a civil disagreement.
Articulate doctor.
It doesn't
This
have to
doctor
be
is
so.
unable to have discussion. He's fucking incapable. He can't track.
Yeah, I can't talk to people I don't respect very well. It's just not. If I don't respect you, it's not going to be enjoyable for you. Oh, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. I didn't say I don't like talking to people I don't respect. I said I can only do this later. I can only do this. Hey, it's the only way I know how.
Me and Al were having a
If
very
I don't respect you, this is what you get in life. Sorry.
fucking incel.
My bad. I'm going to talk at you and I'm not going to listen to what you say because it doesn't matter. And I'm going to internalize nothing you say because it doesn't matter. You're used to that. You know women don't listen to you, Sam?
I'm going to keep fucking going like a roller. Why the fuck does this try to talk on me when I'm having to have a combo? I was having one with Al. We were being kind of chill. We was acting like Al. Then doctor came up. He was like, you were in cell. So he was now fucking being like, yo, why don't we jail? We go jail. Doctor, who want to insult? Oh, go to hell. Well, fuck you. I'm a guy just trying to learn.
Students to attack you and kill you and all this. She said this shit to me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's because he's black. That's what they do.
I know, but he doesn't have no fucking students, bro. Like it doesn't make sense. Like how you...
So, Lucifer, what do you think about the Florida State University shooting? Do you think that the female police officer who allowed her son to use the gun, the kid who was anti-Trump and supported Palestine, do you think that, he should be publicly executed through capital punishment?
I mean, it's already sent through, right? Didn't that bill already go through? Wasn't that order already passed? Listen, humanity has decided to follow the rules of the Constitution and the laws, which is fine. So they sold their sovereignty and their authority for safety, for a facade of safety. They said, fuck God, and they want to take matters in their own hands. So what should I do as God? I should just let them suffer, right? Fuck them.
Does God have to use baby wipes after he takes a number 2 at 8 a.m.? And just how big are your shits, God?
I like to sit in my shit. I like to smell my shit every now and then. So right now, I haven't taken a bath in like 3 weeks, and I smell awesome.
Did you say 3 weeks?
3 weeks, I smell like excellence. You could smell my nuts.
Can you tell us possibly one truth about the earth?
It's mine. It's a jail cell for dummies.
You can't possibly think that you're the first, N-word that thinks he's like a G-word, right? I mean, there's lots of G's out there that are N-words, but how many N-words actually think that they're the G-word? Because I was talking to this woman on here the other day, and she kept saying, I'm fucking God, motherfucker! I don't need no fucking man in my life because I'm fucking God, motherfucker! Like, just how many N-words out there, percentage-wise, do you actually think that they're G's?
Adrian, can you just follow through with the word for Pete's sake? Like, don't be a bitch. Like, I love you. Stop being a big saint nigger. Jeez.
I'm talking about Nostradamus. Man, I ain't no racist. You a racist.
Okay. I thought you were saying, like, N-word, like you were scared to say the word.
No, I'm talking about Nostradamus.
Oh, all right.
N-word.
N-word, okay. Just say the word. Just say whatever the fucking word it
Nostradamus was a very popular guy back in the day. You should look him up. I mean, you're God. I mean, you should have known that I was talking about Nostradamus, not the N-word, obviously. Duh.
Tell me about Nostradamus.
I asked you a question. How many N-words think that they are G's?
Well, there's only one G.
You sure about that?
There's only one God of the universe. Yeah, man. I know so.
One God. What does that mean to you? One God.
One God, one will, one nation. It's going to be
One
that way.
nation?
It's always that way. Always been, always will be.
Interesting. Well, Dr. Scott, what do you think about Lucifer Lewis here? I mean, is he a credible individual? Like, have you examined his paperwork, his diploma? Like, who is this amazing genius that, is illuminating the world with his rhetoric? Hello, Dr. Scott. You're a member of the Catholic faith, correct?
Oh, Dr. Scott is with the Catholics.
I'm very Protestant.
Oh, you're Protestant?
I put the protest in Protestant.
Oh, shit, man.
So, welcome back to another exciting episode of Clown House, or what I like to call adults who can't find anything better to do with their lives, so they come here and talk about nothing and create dopamine. Hey, Haiti!
Oh, yeah, I like that shit. Face down, ass up.
That's what it's all about.
Y'all keep chasing that pussy.
What the world is going on?
There's nothing like some good old punani. This show's being brought to you by Pussy Juice.
Are you juicing?
Ladies, pop your pussy like this.
Hey.
Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies, pop your pussy like this.
That's right,
Shake your
ladies,
body,
pop
don't
your
stop, don't
pussy.
miss. Just do it, do it,
Get
do
that
it,
money,
do
girl.
it, do it now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck.
I like that.
30% off, guys. Like, Adrian, wait, Dr. Scott, when was the last time you had some pussy? Do you love pussy?
That would have been Monday.
All right. So you love
All right.
Listen, buying a peach at the grocery store don't count as getting no pussy, Dr. Scott.
Wait a minute.
I was out with a woman on first date. She's like, let's get a room. So we did.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Wait, did you get some head, bro?
I shouldn't talk about this, man, because
Oh, come
this is
on,
this is
man.
going on YouTube, man.
Man, who gives a fuck? That's when you're supposed to talk about it, because it's all over the world.
Yeah, Howard Stern, he talked about everything.
That's
Don't
right.
put me on YouTube, Adrian.
Don't be like that, Dr. Scott.
Just like cool, Lovely people. Palestinians for peace.
What are they saying? Allah Akbar?
Allah Akbar.
I wonder, what the collective intelligence was like on October 7th. Meaning, you know, like what their long-term strategy or plan was, or like how they envision things going down. And even now, at this very moment, like, you know, how much human capital IQ is there actually floating amongst them?
That's a good question.
Because with so many casualties and deaths, the collective IQ has plummeted even lower than pre-October 7th, and it already had to be pretty low on October 7th to determine that that was the best course of action for liberation. I mean, they literally, like, you know, I mean, oof. Anyways, the point is, yeah, I'm just saying that I think the collective IQ.
I think
gone
that
down.
same type of intelligence is all around. You can see it everywhere. You can see it all over the world. Humans are fucking just incompetent as fuck. That's just the truth, man.
It's an index, so there's a bell-shaped curve, you know? Like, once you get into that, like, 60, 70, 80, I mean, intelligence is definitely an index, and if you've ever interacted with people at work where you're like, whoa, you're fucking stupid. You can't even
Look who we
read.
have down there. Look who we have
Hi,
down
Dr.
there.
Jane.
Dr. Jane, she's here.
Oh, hi, Dr. Benji. Benji the
Dr.
Observer.
Talk about it.
The Observer.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should just call yourself Jigsaw on both accounts. I mean, maybe you know you've got like some
Is that the
recognition as
hatred of
Benji
a
or something,
particular
but
group?
Hatred of the Jews. It's an American pastime.
Why is it? What the fuck is going on with this? Like people hate me and I don't complain. What's the big deal? I think that sometimes I think those
Dr. Lucifer, you dislike the Jews of Israel, right? You don't like Zionists.
No, I love everybody. I just want to
You
know
love
why-
Zionists?
I just want to know why everybody's whining all the fucking time. All this, they're weaponizing.
Are you whining about whining? Are you projecting
I'm
about
trying to
projecting?
I'm trying to understand. I'm seeking to understand.
So you asking questions to find the truth?
I'm asking questions. Yeah, man. I'm trying to understand.
Well, you fucking Lucifer. I mean, you're supposed to be pretty smart and high up in the fucking, you know, hierarchy of power and shit.
I have a theory.
Supposedly this is your fucking Earth. You ain't even acting like it, dog. What the fuck?
Can you ping the link to that room?
Listen.
Benji the Observer wants to come in here into the Palestinian terrorist on Clown House. Benji, I don't know if you want to come in here and talk to Lucifer. Just look for my Adrian Dittman account. Palestinian terrorist on Clown
Alright,
House.
got you. Noted.
It's the red Trump fire one. I mean, yeah, I can't really copy and paste it. Yeah, Scott, taking us back to 1997 when the culture really started getting cool in America.
Oh yeah, that's the live tradition. That's right.
Scott, yo, pause it for a second. Dr. Lucifer, I think Benji wanted to come in here and roast you or debate you or not sure exactly
That's my
why.
man, B. That's my man, Benji. You know, I don't have any enemies. There's a lot of individuals that don't like me, but I don't have any enemies.
Oh, Jigsaw, he wanted to play his music, apparently.
Oh, yeah. That's deep.
So let me change the title. What should we change the title
I
to?
don't play anything. Me and Jigsaw is two different people. Sometimes he just comes in and do his own thing. He plays games. I'm a regular person.
What's up, Benji?
Yeah, me and him are two different people. Nice to meet you. I don't. Maybe he wants to come up. Let him up, man.
Wait, I gotta think of a room title first. The game continues. Say something interesting.
Oh yeah. Call it the Holy Shit Show.
Yeah, we could do that. Let's just run. Let's run this headline for 10 minutes.
Next time you're at the beach. Oh,
Man, you gotta come up and give us some wisdom. Nah, she says no.
she said she
coming.
can't.
All right, everybody, welcome back to The Game Continues. Say something interesting.
Yeah, she said she couldn't come up. Jane.
Wait. So I never have pride. I'm on Clubhouse. I'll be on Clubhouse with 20 people sitting around me. I don't care.
I know that's right. Well, maybe Jane has, maybe she has a reputation to uphold. Maybe she's in the room with 3 other people, and maybe they are very sensitive. Jane, are they sensitive, Jane? Are they very sensitive people?
Are you all sharing a room? There's no private rooms?
What? Jane, you need to get a new friends, Jane. Get away from those people that you can't even be yourself. Let your hair out. Could you even pull your nips out right in front of them?
Said, work on strange doctrines does harm. The master said, you shall I teach thee what is understanding? To know what we know and know what we do not know, that is understanding. Chu Ching studied with...
All right, well, Benji, I thought you were gonna play the music, but I guess it didn't happen because Jigsaw had other rooms to go conquest. But thank you for coming. The YouTube above, every single one of my Clown House accounts has a separate YouTube account tied to it. Just FYI. So, but the name of all the YouTube accounts are in the handle. So if you ever want to watch a replay of a room that you've participated in, it's all on YouTube, but it may not be on the YouTube account that is in my profile. So keep watch on all my 6 other accounts that have different YouTube handles in it. But yeah, if
you sound like you got ADHD.
No, I don't. Are you projecting?
Yeah, I'm projecting the thought. Yeah.
No, I mean, do you think you have ADHD? How is your attention span?
I mean, if I have it, I love it. I mean, that's all bullshit anyway.
When was the last time you read a book for 10 minutes?
I read a book for 10 minutes. What does that do for you?
Because most ADHD people can't actually read anymore because of their attention span has gotten so bad from the short-term dopamine of cell phones and other things that most people can't actually sit and read for 10 minutes because you're alone with your thoughts and you're totally focused on what you're reading. But most people, even if you're reading, some people who are reading can't even comprehend or even they're thinking about other things while they're reading. So reading is is an art, just like speaking or listening, and it takes practice to read with comprehension.
Interesting. When people talk, I see pictures. When I read, I see pictures. And the English, the scribes really fucked up. They really thought they really was doing some kind of psychological moon fucking warp bending shit to keep people under control. They didn't think I was gonna actually show the fuck up, Adrian. Do you believe that? The God of the universe would really be real and show up? Thank you, Jigsaw. I appreciate you. Let the games begin. I am now allowed to speak. Jigsaw, we love you. I love you, Jigsaw. That was awesome. Always on time.
So what was the deal with the guy from the movie? Like, why was he doing what he did? Was he obsessed? Like, how did he? What was his origin story? We looked it up.
You never seen it?
No, I haven't watched all of them. I just watched the
his origin story is basically, long story short, they fooled him. He reached the point of his time where he had cancer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He had cancer. He reached the point of his life when he was about to die, and then he trusted some people online, like some people he reached out to, said that they can help him out or whatever. And then, long story short, they lied. They conned him, and he
was going to the live and they did the whole thing. His brain was on camera, but long story short, it was a facade. They didn't do nothing. They just played in his brain like a joke. And then just disappeared. Trying to go close, keep the money, and then that was holds his place in the life. He told people like, people never like work will start over when death comes. Not knowing how it's gonna take place. The master said, guide the dead by law, subdue them by punishment, not knowing what to expect. When you know the due date of how you're gonna die, when you're gonna die, and when it takes place. Sometimes people need a test to realize to change their mind.
I love it. That's perfect, Busy. That is absolutely correct. They just never thought that God would show up.
Yeah, that's him. That's you in the game saying, God, I'm just watching, observing. Everybody else needs to.
Oh, well, Benji, just keep watching. We're gonna turn the heat up a little bit. There's gonna be a lot of people begging for mercy.
For what purpose is the gentleman from Kentucky seek recognition?
Mr. Sonny escaped the game, so
they show game.
Speaker asks unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Last month, we ended the vaccine mandate for the military, but there's still many unscientific, illogical, unconstitutional mandates for vaccines in this country. If you watched C-SPAN last week, you saw 434 of us in here screaming, yelling, cheering, speaking. Many of us unvaccinated. Most of us probably not boosted. So why do we have a double standard? Why do we make visitors to this country get vaccinated just to come visit their friends and family? Why are we separating families over this? We need to end that mandate. We need to end the healthcare mandate. We need to end all of the mandates, and we need to do this now. I yield back.
Burning off bugs or something, germs.
For what purpose is the gentleman from Kentucky seek recognition?
What about germs for?
Dr. Lucifer, are you vaccinated?
What? Vaccinated?
Do you have an mRNA molecule that has changed your DNA? Are you triple boosted or double vaxxed? I'd like to play a quick little clip from Thomas Massey.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Last month, we ended the vaccine mandate for the military, but there's still many unscientific, illogical, unconstitutional mandates for vaccines in this country. If you watched C-SPAN last week, you saw 434 of us in here screaming, yelling, cheering, speaking. Many of us unvaccinated. Most of us probably not boosted. So why do we have a double standard? Why do we make visitors to this country get vaccinated just to come visit their friends and family? Why are we separating families over this? We need to end that mandate. We need to end the healthcare mandate. We need to end all of the mandates, and we need to do this now. I yield back.
What do you think about that, Dr. Lucifer?
Well, I mean, it's all a part of the game, man. It's all a part of the game.
Mr. Schellenberger, can you explain how you traced USAID funding that served as the basis for whistleblower report in 2019?
What did you need to be vaccinated for if you said you had
a report in 20? Okay, I was hoping today to give you an opportunity to put to rest.
Who was bullshitting? Who was really about this thing called whatever you call your God?
Gentlemen yield, I now recognize Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you again, Mr. Crowder, for being here today. As we just
So, Dr. Lucifer, do you actually believe you're God? And have you ever asked yourself if you're crazy?
Well, you know what? I'm crazy, right? But I'm crazy and I'm coherent. So there's a difference. Now, unlike humanity, they're crazy as fuck and incompetent. Like, if you thought that you could beat your quote-unquote God, you got to be out of your motherfucking And you now, for those who don't believe, why don't you prove that I'm not? I'll wait.
So let me ask you a follow-up question. Do you think Carmelo Anthony should be put to the stake and capitally punished for murdering that poor young boy who asked him to just go to his other 10? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I believe that everything is going according to plan. Whatever he gets is what he's supposed to get. How's about that? I don't make no mistakes. None whatsoever. It's beautiful here in Zion. Don't you believe that? Do you believe that, Adrian? Do you love
You're in Zion right now?
Right now. You didn't know that? Wait, where are you? You may call this purgatory.
And I didn't do anything
for you.
All right, please. We're gonna go to Carmelo Anthony's mother right now. I hope you enjoy this brief message from Carmelo's mother.
Oh, let's hear it.
It's really emotional. I think you're all gonna really like it. You know, she raised a great young son who was just standing his ground. Here we go.
3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas, searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband worked hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured.
Wait, so she went from best financial position to then immediately I'm a stay-at-home mom. Interesting.
And supported every step of the way. In wake of this
I wonder if this mom was a part of the problem.
tragic incident,
Huh?
Who was her PR person?
It's the guy in the. It's the guy. No, it's the black nationalist in the bow tie behind her.
family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Carmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family.
Well, they can start drawing down from the GoFundMe account now, which has like $900,000 in it.
His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats.
Oh, this bitch is crazy.
My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen
She's already wants to go out into the streets or go to her boyfriend's house.
to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds.
Her handler is wiping her tears.
And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we're being targeted.
There was a big smile on her face after she clarified that she only got 7 more days till she get the money.
And discriminated against
Her tears
before
dried
a
up
fair
real quick.
trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a 2-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first trust in everything that we do.
Oh, that's so cool.
We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state. But those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, when I speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day, there's an active investigation.
It was an awful day. But see, weather happens all the time, you know. People love to be like, oh, it was such a horrible day. The weather was terrible.
Put God first.
Yeah, they always put God first on their house.
That's so cool.
That everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family.
It's like the part where rationalization kicks in and you're like, oh man, like I'm really an unethical, immoral person. Damn, like, yeah, my son did kill your son, so like, oh, how, damn, like, ouch, this is really hitting hard to the core of my own Yatser.
I'm not even feeling that. This shit is funny to me.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
Wait a minute, isn't he out?
Yeah, they're hanging out in the new crib. It's like it's almost $1 million house.
Wait a minute. The boy is out. I mean, did he get like a $250,000 bond or some shit?
Yeah, $250,000. The black judge lowered it to $250,000.
But you know, humanity kind of brought that shit on themselves because Texas is a state where you can. I mean, all of humanity is always like fuck around and find out. This is how humanity moves with their ungoverned asses. But then when something like this happen, everybody going to a hoopla, going to have a big fucking shit. They shit on themselves.
If you're really crazy, like you could think it's like that movie Highlander. You know, when they cut somebody's head off, they like receive the power from the person that they killed because they're like all fighting to be the one immortal. So it's like it's just so funny that isn't this like a movie from the 1980s? You know what I'm saying? Like this whole thing is like a movie that's already come out, but we're still all just engrossed in it. So what I'm saying is like it's a new mimetic mind virus that has taken the world by storm. Clown House clearly shows that people are obsessed with this tabloid story because this is like a National Enquirer story, you know, or like the new O.J. Simpson story. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it has a lot. It has the what do you call it?
Friday Night Lights. It's Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, true.
The Anthony Carmelo story. Like this is gonna be a movie. Yeah.
It's hilarious though because both parents said the same thing. Like they put God first, and
Well, the dad showed up to the press. He showed up to the press conference, and they stopped the press conference because, yeah, here, listen to her attorney. The attorney said that it was disrespectful that he's there. Disrespectful. His son was murdered.
Underwear has nasty holes. Where did you pick up this tramp, Quinn?
Quinn was. I want to start off this press conference to say something as...
You know what's really interesting about public speaking is like some of the most powerful leaders of all time were terrible public speakers. It's unbelievable.
A deep note that I can tell America. What we seen at the beginning of this press conference, of the father being at this press conference, these are my words. Don't quote anybody. Is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network.
Hey, Jillian, what do you want to say? Because we're listening to the Carmelo Anthony footage from today. What's going on? Julian? Hello?
Hey, Edmund. What's up?
Hey, I'm doing a room here. I'm with Scott and Lucifer, and we're listening to the Carmelo Anthony family speak for the first time. This is an 8-hour-old video. Do you want to hear more of this, or is there something you want to tell everybody?
Oh yeah, I was just in that room. I think I lost it. It's not in my hallway, but yeah, I was wondering if that was a family, especially his mother speaking.
Yeah, that was his mom.
That shit was hilarious. Did he think it was funny?
Did you think it was funny, Julian?
By the way, people in the room, I could hear you. So, yeah, that speech I actually thought was very passionate. That was a God-fearing black woman, and she really poured her heart out. I could really fear. Being a Christian myself, I always try to uphold God, always put God first. So what's happening to his family, I couldn't even imagine.
I don't know. Yeah. See, I would take a different tack. Like, I would get down on my hands and knees and beg God for forgiveness and beg the father and the mother for forgiveness, and I that's pretty much it, because, like, there's no personal responsibility in that speech, except at the end when she says, I feel bad for you, and I don't even think she said, I'm sorry. But that whole speech is essentially a hypnosis. But there's no actual asking for forgiveness. There's no humility. It's just my big ego and how we believe in God, the Constitution, and the state law. So really no real personal responsibility. And, I think it just goes to show you the lack of character, the lack of virtue, the lack of morality, the lack of awareness or mindfulness. And again, if you view the nonverbal, especially at that moment when she says, we haven't gotten access to any of the money yet, but in 7 days we will, you should have seen the smile on her face. Her body language went from tears to joy, that, oh my God, I'm going to have a checking account with $1 million in it. And so, anyways, I just encourage you to actually watch her body language, and you'll see really a woman who is an actress, and she accepts no personal responsibility. And I think the state, when they prosecute him and put him on death row, they should do death by knife or death by firing squad. And then, cremate the body and return the ashes to the family. That's how my government would deal with Carmelo Anthony.
I think they should make sure they put it on television. The execution should be on television.
I think you're right. And do you remember the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Running Man? Like, where people actually see, people are already watching UFC fights that are ending in brain injury, traumatic brain injury. Have you seen Power Slap, the slap UFC spinoff where people slap each other in the face?
Power Slap, yeah.
Where their eyeballs literally get disjoined from the socket, and, like, people have horrific injuries, life-ending injuries. We're already paying to watch people kill each other for sport, and we're also paying for people to kill each other in faraway battle zones like in Ukraine or Afghanistan or Gaza or Syria. So what I just don't understand is, like, why is the legal industrial... See, it's all about money and structure of society and power, because new lawyers will always rise up, and new criminals, low or high, which are mostly all low, will always continue to persist. Anyways, I'm just saying society is going to crumble, and hard decisions will have to be made about how to financially support all of this, because essentially you have to look at it as a huge mortgage on a house. We are paying $100 billion a month now in interest on the house, okay? $100 billion a month to pay for the structure. And it's only going to keep going up. So eventually, right. I think eventually the house will eventually fall to foreclosure and bankruptcy. And, they might have to chop it up and sell everything and gut the place. So, Julian, I know you like the fact that the CEO of United Healthcare was murdered, and that you think Mangione is awesome and hot, and you want him to be freed, and do you want Carmelo Anthony? Julian, if we were to make you the judge of Carmelo Anthony at the trial, how would you render a verdict? What would you say and do?
Well, after listening to that speech by his mother, I just loved how she mentioned God in the Constitution. That was some real American shit, and I could really, and like she said, he was raised in a structured household. So, luckily, Carmelo is in a free country like the United States, where he will receive due process, and like she said, the truth will also come out in the trial. So I will await those facts and then make a judgment.
Due process.
And what kind of truth is gonna come out? I mean, one guy pulled a knife on another guy and stuck him in the chest and killed him. I mean, was it like a knife fight? Was it like that movie, a West Side Story? Is that like what was happening? You know?
I would actually throw the whole case out, really, because both parties were two retarded children, and you know they're really technically they're both ungoverned, and this is what happens.
I know, but you see, when you get into a beef with somebody, because listen, I mean, it was a sporting event, right? And they had separate tents. I mean, you know, having served in the military, when your platoon is positioned and in a formation, if somebody cuts through your platoon or even walks in front of your platoon, it's a problem. Okay, you walk behind the platoon. You never walk.
It was a track meet. It was raining. He was like 5'7", getting pushed around by like a 6'3" like kid. I think there's a lot of facts.
You make it out like he's a pussy. He stabbed the guy in the fucking chest with a knife. That's pretty gangster, dog. That's not some little kid. That's a tough motherfucker. People don't just stab each other in the chest with knives. Like, you gotta be crazy. It's crazy shit, Julian.
If I was his lawyer, I would tell him to plead insanity. I'm serious, man. Because I mean, he could get away with that.
But the thing is, when they examine him, you know, and they verbally speak with him, they're gonna know he's not crazy. They're gonna know that he's got a vicious, evil side to him. Listen, it's all just Yetzer Hara, Yetzer Tov, good and bad inclinations. The guy had an evil spirit, an evil folly that came into him.
Everybody has an evil side to them.
I get it, but the whole point is the kid needed therapy before he knifed this guy to death. But he didn't get the therapy and the education to prevent this type of behavior. He didn't get it. That's not gonna fly for insanity.
That's going out right now.
It's an unfortunate system.
The APA is a fucked up crack system. Like, and they don't do what's necessary. They got people the CFO, the CEO of the APA. This bitch is dealing with anxiety. She can't even fix her shit. So it's like the blind leading the blind, bro. Throw the shit out, man.
I just wish there was like a body cam footage or like a tent camera, so like everybody can really make their judgment on a video, because that's the problem with this type of shit. Like, at least with the O.J. Simpson one, when they beat the shit out of that guy, like, there's always a video. Without a video, it really leaves a lot of shit up in the air in terms of like people's bullshit.
Right, even with video, the fact still remains they had two insane children.
See, you're calling the victim insane because he said, hey man, get the fuck out of here. That's not insane. If you're not supposed to be somewhere, you're not supposed to be somewhere, and you're gonna get yelled at. That's the way life works.
You are ungoverned. If you cannot manage your thoughts, actions, and emotions, you are insane. That is the truth.
No, that's not. This was a trap. Anyways, the point is, when you pull a knife out of your backpack and you stick it in somebody's chest to kill them, that's the definition of insanity. But however, this isn't going to really be considered insanity because the kid is not crazy. He may have had temporary insanity, but that's still not going to fly. It doesn't matter. He fucking knifed the guy. He shivved him. He killed him in a fucking sporting event because they had a beef in a tent about somebody's proximity. Trust me. If the state was not a nanny state and a big legal political industrial complex, this kid would be shot to death by firing squad and thrown in a fucking ditch. It would be over, and the family better suck it up because your kid's a murderer. So, I mean, that's the real it should be tooth for a tooth, eye for an eye. That's the way shit should go down, but that's just not the way shit goes down. It's just not. We don't live in a perfect society of one-to-one justice. We live in this huge, crazy industrial complex. It's very expensive to maintain. That's all I'm saying.
It's an insane.
It's expensive to maintain a lot of things.
It's well, yeah. That's why we're $40 trillion in debt. Anyways, I really think I'm gonna move to Poland, or Norway, or Finland, or like or Ireland or something.
You can't get away.
Be careful, Ireland's anti-Semitic.
That's okay. I'm not Jewish. I don't have to worry about that. See, I'm an in-betweener. I could go to Israel. I could go to Ireland. You'd never figure out what I am. I'd be like, I'm a Christian today. I'm a Jew tomorrow. And guess what? We're going to Dubai. I'm a Muslim now.
Oh, shit, man.
They tried to... Scott, I got called into the chaplain's office at my college, and he threatened to write me up and get me expelled for the school for lying and saying that I was Jewish. And I said, Reverend, or I said, chaplain, I was like, this is America. I could be a Jew on a Monday, a Christian on a Tuesday, a Muslim on a Wednesday, a Hindu on a third. Like, you can't tell me what I am in terms of my choice on a day-to-day basis of my religious preference. He's like, get the fuck out of my office now. He was furious with me. He wanted to kill me. He was so angry with me. I never spoke to him again. That was the end of it.
That's funny.
I mean, that's the thing about law. It's like when you kill somebody, you have a legal problem on your hand, which is not going away because, the state's attorney and the prosecutor is going to take you to court and you're going to have some repercussions. You can't just kill somebody. It's not like they were at the beach smoking pot around a bonfire playing guitars. You know what I'm saying? He fucking killed somebody. With a knife. It's not like a hit and run or some kind of accident with a motor vehicle. It's like you pulled a knife out and shoved it in this kid's chest. And then he's like, is he dead? Did I kill him? Yeah, you killed him. You stuck a knife. Oh, I was laughing. I was thinking like, technically this is like how Steve Irwin died. Steve Irwin must have told the Stingray, hey, get in the boat. It's wet. It's wet. It's wet in there. Then the Stingray got pissed and just like stuck Steve Irwin in the heart. So technically, Carmelo Anthony is a Stingray. Do you know the logo for the sporting team at his high school? It was called the Stingrays. I didn't know black people don't like getting wet in the rain. I thought that was like part of Africa. Like why are they so water phobic? Lucifer, you said you haven't taken a shower or a bath in 3 weeks. Are you water phobic?
I love water. I love it all, man.
I didn't know African Americans were so water phobic. I see a lot of people walking around without umbrellas. I'm like, why don't these African American gentlemen use umbrellas? Why are they just sitting there at the bus stop in the rain without an umbrella? Interesting.
Well, I'm not African American, though.
What are you? You're God.
Yeah, exactly. I'm whatever the fuck I want to be, whenever I want to be, but I don't associate myself with humanity. I'm a gray. I'm an alien.
Ben is letting out some hot gas or something right now.
Yeah, I'm God and God alone.
Hey, bro, you can come to New Zealand. That'll fit you up.
Yeah, set up life in New Zealand again. I heard you guys are buying billions of dollars of new weapons. Congratulations.
What are we gonna do with them?
Probably protect yourselves from being invaded by the Chinese. Who knows?
Yeah, all those underground tunnels. And the other thing about the Africans, like the rain's hot over there, bro. Of course, you want a hot shower, you stand out there in the fucking rain. Yeah, that's what you do.
So Scott,
yeah, I mean, no, just on the religious thing, like I don't know what denomination we are over here either. You can turn your head around as many times as you want, and the priests and that. I don't know how religion works over here. Not as indoctrinated as the
Species. When a
definitive
critical mass
of
is
what you
achieved
should be.
within a species.
Like you have in the
People are commenting on this YouTube video I put. They say cringe as
the
fuck.
whole system over here is decrepit, it's bizarre.
Species.
You
When a critical mass is achieved within a species,
who you are,
the behavior is instantaneously transferred to and exhibited by all members of the species.
I have this photo of this liberal lefty with a sign that says Elon is bad, and I'm reading about herd psychology.
When a critical mass is achieved within a species, the behavior is instantaneously transferred to and exhibited by all members of the species.
Oh. Anyways, I wanted to read a book today, but I never got to it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it today before midnight. I'm gonna read for like an hour or 50 minutes or something. Create more YouTube videos. But it's been a long day of trolling. I'm looking forward to actually like getting out of my house and going to the beach. Going to my sailboat. Probably live streaming Clown House from there too, which is pathetic, but Clown House is, free dopamine. It's hard to say no to it.
Shout out to the comedian.
You have a sailboat?
She here with
Yeah.
us.
Man, I'm just listening to y'all while
I hope it's not
I'm
flooded.
about to go to sleep.
I'm gonna try to
I'm
sell
just
it though.
curious
I'm
though
gonna
for
get
the
rid of
women
it.
that
It's
do
just-
have children.
can't afford it.
Obviously, you didn't have children at one point. Do you guys disagree with somebody like myself, like a guy without?
This room is
children? I
called
think that
Should
guys
Single
with
Moms
children
Date or Focus on Their
by
Kids?
far probably the most compatible with single mothers. I mean, number one, because they have experience like when it comes to raising children. I have not been through the experience of having a newborn child or raising a kid. That would be a first for me. But I mean, obviously, like the juggling act you would have
versus
to do
black
if
bitches
you
in
were
there.
with somebody. I feel like it would be a lot different.
So I think the juggling act will only. My bad, Martha. Did you want to go?
No, sister, you could go. You could go.
Okay, thank you. I think the only juggling act would be if and only if.
The North Star holds his place, and the multitude of stars revolve upon him. The master said to sum up the 300 songs in a word, they are free from evil thought. The master said, guide the people by law, subdue them by punishment. They may shun crime, but will be void of shame. Guide them by example, subdue them by courtesy. They will learn shame and come to good. The master said, at 15 I was bent on study, at 30 I could stand, at 40 doubt ceased, at 50 I understood the laws of heaven, at 60 my ears obeyed me, at 70 I could do as my heart lusted and never swerve from right. Mangy asked the duty of a son, the master said obedience, as Fan Chi was driving him.
That's Confucius. I don't know if you've ever read the sayings of Confucius, but it's very valuable information. Therefore, the Chinese are probably smarter than us.
Only women with kids, because now I feel like you're weird. But if you just
Why is that? I'm just curious. I do think it depends. Because I'm in my 40s, so just to put things in context, if I was to meet a woman, unless she was way younger, generally their kids are going to be older. But I think you would agree that there's a difference between a single mom that has a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old versus a mother that has
I'm just trying to
a 16-year-old. One of the younger children are way more time. You have to take a lot more time with them. So I mean, I think you would agree with me there.
Yeah, I think you have to take more time. I don't think you should be dating new people. Well, I didn't have to have this. People let me say that I had no issue with dating while my son was young. My offspring will be 11 soon, so I had no issues with dating while he was younger. However, when I said guys that only date single mom, you never see them with anybody else, or they specifically go after single mothers, because those people exist and they don't have no children. I think those people are weird, and I think people need to watch out for them people. If every woman you has been with has a child, then something is wrong with you, because there are plenty of women over the age of 40 and 50 that don't have any children. Now, I don't know what to tell you what they look like, because ain't none of my business.
I mean, I don't know anybody who's like tried to explicitly date single mothers around that age. I mean, I do. There was one family friend who passed away, and he was saying he was never married. He's very successful and smart guy. He went to Yale Law School. Long story short, he never got married, and he said, like, eventually at one point in his life, he wanted to marry a woman that had children so that he could be a stepfather. That's one person I can think of. Which, I'm not going to knock somebody for what they want to do. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just more of a. I feel like just like if you're a parent, it's probably going to be hard for non-parents to understand what your obligations are and what you have to go through. If you're somebody who's childless, like you're used to being, in a weird way, like selfish with your time, and you can kind of do what you want. And I think like people that are childless, they are selfish in the sense that they're like, they want somebody who will only like kind of focus on them the way they can only focus on you, because they don't have children of themselves, for themselves.
When was the last time you got laid, Dr. Pepper?
Your mom's mouth was pretty full last night. I don't know.
Okay. All right, that was a nice comeback. Fuck it. Check it out. Somebody said early. I think that was Sister T, Sister Toxic. She said that it's women over the age of 35, I think, that don't have kids. Is that what she said? I want to make sure.
Yeah, I said there are plenty of women over the age of 40 that don't have children.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you this, and then after you answer, somebody else could get their submission. I wanted to ask, which one is more easier to date now, modern day now? Is it a woman that's over the age of 40 with no kids, or a woman that's over the age of 40 that had kids? I wanted to hear your response, team.
I think it depends on what you're looking for, right? If she's over 40, she have kids, of course her kids typically gonna be older. So you can still move around the same way, in the same way that you would if she was a person that didn't have any children. I think people that are over the age of 40 with no kids, over the 40 with kids, are a little bit more understanding, a little bit more compromising, a little bit of, they know how to balance time a little bit more. They only have like so much time that they can really focus on you though. So it's like when we together, I don't have time to be arguing with you. It's more of a peace. Like we only see each other this amount of time. All we gotta do is just spend time and build shit with each other instead of just arguing and bickering with somebody. If you 40, over 40, no kids, then probably you trying to beat that clock if you want kids. So she probably gonna be on a crunch time, and it depends on what you want as a male.
That's true.
I don't really know what their experience is, but I would think that if I just feel like I hear so much of this baby mama stuff, and it's just really talking points that people want to use to antagonize Black women. It's just something that they do. Baby mothers are in every race, but again, it's just something to antagonize Black women. And I don't really see in my everyday life, even though I don't have kids, I don't see in my everyday life where men are so disparaging of women with kids like how they are online. I literally know several women, and I know it's anecdotal, but I know several women who got married and continued their family. They got married with kids. One friend, actually I have two close friends. They both had a kid young, like late teen, early 20s, got married, and then they had more kids. One girl had one more child with her husband, and the other friend, she had 3 kids with her husband. So now they have a total of 4. And so I don't think this is really a thing that men are like, oh my God, you have kids, I'm running away. This is horseshit. It's just content to antagonize black women. But I really do feel like the only people who are like one another should date. That's my personal opinion. When people try to get with the opposite, that's when you start to have issues. If you're a fat ass, you should be with somebody fat. If you're ugly, be with somebody fucking ugly. If you're stupid, be with somebody stupid. If you have kids, be with somebody who have kids. Like, I don't understand this people running away from the mirror and think that they're supposed to have something that's so much better and so much different than themselves. If you are a man that sprays sperm around the world and you have kids out of wedlock, no ex-wife, you just have kids. And a lot of these men do have kids, especially if they get to be old men, like 40, 45, 50, and all that. You know, you have kids. But then talk disparagingly about women who have kids and call them all kinds of names. Your ass should also be with women who have kids. Y'all can struggle around homework and schedules together. Why look to dump that on the lap of the people with no kids who have all the flexibility in the world and try to make that square peg fit into a circle? I don't get that.
That's true. That's true.
So I do agree with everything about finding the person that you need to find, right? For dating your person, dating somebody that you like-minded with. The thing about that is sometimes that person don't always have children, right? Let's say that you're a person that can travel all the time, and if you are another parent that's single parent and you ain't got your funds, right? Or if you done traveled and you ain't got the money to travel with all your kids, or you just don't want to travel, and I have the ability to travel, and the money, and the flexibility, and the time, and the wherewithal, then I should find somebody that aligns with that. Not just date somebody that just because they got churn. Because everybody with churn don't raise churn the same way. Your children out here playing GTA and being YNs, real useful niggas. Like child do NASCAR. But what is we doing?
That's the first time I heard the Y be called youthful.
That's what my son called it, so I had to start taking his shit.
Oh, he's smart.
Funny.
Yeah, he's smart. I like him.
And that's what I wanted to say also. You know, shout out to Kiana. She in the video with us. You know, when it comes to situations like that, right? Should a single mother be dating or focus on their kids? I honestly feel like it depends on the stability of the mother. You know, if the mother is struggling, you know, taking the bus, you know, like, come on, mom, focus on yourself. Get right with little man and do what you got to do. But if she has her own house, her own car, her own crib, you know, like she's maintaining within herself, and you're not a burden, I feel like yeah, she could date. You know, you're not trying to come and look for help. You're not homeless. You're just looking for love, and you're willing to help her out with a light bill here, a phone bill there. I feel like yeah, I could do it. You know, because everything has a measurement. You know, everything has a measurement. You know, like how Sister Toxic said. You know, if you have a child that's a YN, You know, that is very important in dating. You know, a woman's child and how old that child is and how productive that child is. Because if that child is a gangbanger, you know, like one of those rowdy ones, you're gonna have a big problem on your hand. You know, and that's really what it is. And I feel like when it comes to situations like that, you gotta be careful. You know, you really, really, really gotta be careful and evaluate the person that you're dating.
And things.
Yeah.
Problem convenient to take up next in order would be that of the
Yeah,
difference
it's
between
not really
thoughts
that
and
hard.
things.
I remember I
Things
used
are
to
known to us by our senses and are called
when he
presentations
was
by
dating
some.
and stuff, and he was still small. He was in like school, and I used to bring him over to my house, and my mom. This is when we were like teenagers. She's a few years older than me, but I was a teenager. She probably was like, I probably was like 16 or something like that, and she's probably like 19 or 20. But I used to watch her son for her, and she would go out and have fun, and her son would be right over, just like her second family. He would be with us. My mom would take us out. He would be with our family. So it's not always this like horrible situation that the woman is in. She can have support around raising her kids. I just, again, I really feel like these things people would exaggerate just to try to make black women look bad.
Somebody's watching me, it's my anxiety. What happened? What happened? It's not like crazy. Wouldn't understand. The 7-year-old boy.
Have you ever felt like you're not good enough or you're not loved?
Answer the title at bay, or you know, I mean, they said a lot of things, so I mean, you can do both. I'm a single parent, I feel you can do both. You just gotta balance it. Some people don't balance it.
You grab your gloves and mask and make sure you ain't black on black. If you smart nigga, you gon' leave your phone so that bitch won't get trapped. If you smart nigga,
it's just like, fuck no kids. I'm gonna just look, I'm gonna just
The main difference between
This is my kingdom come. Bruh, I just made the biggest mistake ever, bruh. I was playing around my gun, had my finger on the trigger like this and all that.
y'all come forward in here, you know, do a little dance while you in.
Wake it up, man. Speak. It's just single moms dating, bro. Focus on the kids, you know. Like, how do you feel about it, Black County?
Yeah, title. You said how I feel about your title?
Yeah. How do you feel about it? Like, you know, from out-of-living experience, if you have a child, and do you focus on yourself and the child, or do you feel like you have to go date?
How intellectual are y'all talking about? Are y'all talking like surface phase or? I can give you an elaborate answer.
I mean, yeah, you give an elaborate. I think everybody went already. Yeah, everybody went already. So,
I feel like if you're a single mom and you're in a position to be dating, you should definitely date. Like if you're in a position to where your kids are that you're not looking for the next nigga to take care of your kids and that's not your kids. Like, that's not the nigga kids, but you can still take care of your kids, you know. I think you should be able to date. But if you're looking to date, and if you're looking for a nigga to be a stepdad, and that's your sole purpose of dating is trying to find a replacement, you know, a lot of people do be dating to find a replacement. And I think that's delusional. Something's wrong with you to where you're... No, I ain't gonna say something. I didn't gonna say something wrong. Say it. I don't even want to say something wrong with the female, but like, there's something wrong. There's something off about you to where you and your baby daddy can't work out. So like, you need to be evaluating that. Even if maybe it was him, but you need to evaluate like, where did I go wrong? And I gotta make you a and not me. That's all. I think dating is okay though if you're a single mom. If you're in a position to be dating. And you get that self-reflection and that self-evaluation.
I'm gonna say this before we pass it to Brother Tip. We said the same thing, Blackiana. We said that if a woman has the stability, she's able to
with you about, won't teach you about. You'll stay ignorant about it. And when you hear people talk about it, you categorize them as lunatics. And that's just not the point. That's not the case. And so when we do that, when we box people into some mechanical ideas of being human, we have to negate almost everything in the Bible. We cannot validate the Bible in our narrow, forced ideologies of what life is. We can't do that. We just simply can't do that. The Bible says you can do a whole bunch of shit. But our educational system says we can't do nothing but work until we're dead. So you might be asking the wrong person.
No, I'm asking exactly the right person. I appreciate you sharing that with me, right? And I'm going to be really quick, and I'll pass it to you to talk about. Like, I think what you said is super important. We have so many people who have experienced what you experienced, right? And when we think about what science is, it's using our instruments, our senses to be able to validate the universe around us, right? And if you look at what religion was just the same thing. It was just saying, hey, what's the best way for us to explain our surroundings and our universe based on what we know, and for the shit that we don't understand, God did it, right? And then when science came along, it was like, well, this is much better because we're happy to be proven wrong, right? Like religion couldn't be wrong, but we're open to be proven wrong. But what happens when a scientist hears what science says? The scientist is going to be like, oh, let me try and use my religion to prove what she said is wrong because I don't have the instruments or the technology to measure what she is describing, and therefore I'm just going to write it off as she's batshit crazy. Right? Like, that is just as absurd as saying, well, the sun rises every day because of God. Or we've got to kill our virgins, for better crops in the spring because of God. You know what I mean? And so, like, the irony is that, yeah, like, if you don't realize that we're just as fucking ignorant as the Aztecs and don't have the humility to say, hey, I am rational enough to understand that, like, if there are 10 or 20 or millions of people who have had this experience, and I'm still going to sit there and say, well, they're just crazy. Chemicals in the brain. Like, it's the same ignorance, no?
I don't think the Aztecs. I don't think the Aztecs. Hold on a second, Chris. I don't think the Aztecs, the ancient Egyptians, and the world 5,000 years ago were dumb. I think they've been suppressed. Their abilities, their knowledge has been suppressed because you have what grew 2,000 years ago was a people who conquered the world who didn't have the ability to connect with the universe. And they still...
Well, the Aztecs never conquered the world, right?
And they... you don't know that. You weren't here.
No, they did not.
Yeah,
they're very localized.
I'm on the mic. Be quiet, please.
The Aztecs conquered the world. You don't know that.
The Europeans who came 2,000 years ago didn't have the ability the people who had here. The connection to the universe that we had before, don't have any idea what the pyramids were for, didn't know what we were doing, didn't know what space travel looked like, didn't know what time looked like. There was
you don't even know what Da Vinci was famous for.
There were a lot of things that we lost.
He kicked me.
The knowledge of.
As soon as I came off mic, his immediate kick.
When I say
Such
us,
bitches.
I'm being very generous. Trying to assert ourselves as the brainchild of the world. We continue to ignore a whole lot of things, especially in the Black community, that Black people feel. 7th, 8th senses that the conquerors of this world don't have. The 7th, 8th, and 9th and senses. They suppress the research that they know exists with those senses because they don't have it, and so we're forced to be educated and have a narrow focus on the abilities of our conquerors as opposed to the abilities of the history of this universe. And that's the sad thing, because there are many people who say I experienced deja vu. There are many people who are what's that word? Well, deja vu is first of all, pro something. Oh my God, I'm one of them. I forget. I'll come back to that word.
I'll come back to the word.
Who can see the future? Huh?
Is that a
No, it's not. It's not. I can't think of it.
clairvoyant?
No. Well, all those things, right? And they categorize that as witchcraft or psychic abilities, and they don't want to tell us about it, and they want to hide that shit, and they want to burn witches at stakes who have those abilities. Precognitive, that's the word I was looking for, is precognitive. I'm precognitive.
Wait,
She precog. She a precog.
Look that up. I am precognitive. I am precognitive. I'm not deja vu. Well,
she a precog.
Think this shit through a couple days ago.
I think that is actually the same. I think that.
Hey! I'm on the mic. Can you please go on mute? Thank you. Because precognition and deja vu are two different things, but I think I put both of them. And I just had a conversation today about to someone that says I feel.
You look like you clown is what she is.
To investigate whether I've actually been somewhere. And I feel it first before I start to see things that I recognize. So feeling comes first before acknowledging. That, to me, seems like what everybody has said that they experience, that's called deja vu. Precognition is seeing into the future. I'm precognitive, and apparently I have deja vu experiences, but that's not emphasized. That's put in the category of
Ivanka.
Voodoo,
Ivanka, I love you. You're so beautiful.
The conquerors can't experience, so they shun it. Make it black magic, some dumb shit that we shouldn't accept.
Hey, you.
That cuts us off. That cuts us off.
What up? I'm listening to a low IQ dumb person talk about nothing.
Humans are able to do in this universe. It cuts us off from that shit.
I kind of like Trump.
Denigrate.
You like Trump now?
I don't know. I think he's coming from a good family.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he's fucking everything globally. So, like, I don't know what his plans are, but he has a good prestige.
He's a good prestige?
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what a prestige is, but it sounds good to me.
You don't know what prestige is?
No. Oh, prestige.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of prestige.
Fuck you. Why are you making fun of me?
Do you speak Farsi?
I do.
Oh, de lambar heritage shode.
Yo, I thought you're. I'm sorry, I'm in public, but I thought you're black.
You thought I was black?
Yeah. Are you?
I'm from Tehran. I'm from my granddaddy from Esfahan.
No way. Are you a Jew?
De lambar heritage shode.
No, seriously. Like, are you half or you're full Persian?
Yeah, I'm from Esfahan. I sold my kidneys at the marketplace, and I had sex change operation.
Dude, that's what happened in Pakistan, not Iran. Fuck you.
No, I sold my kidneys in Tehran to a very wealthy Jewish family.
I don't think you're Persian.
I don't think you're Persian.
So your mother's from Isfahan. She's probably Jewish. What about your dad?
He is from the IRGC recruitment center outside of Tehran in the south suburb.
What the fuck?
Nah, I'm just a comedian. Is this my comedy account? No, you're talking to Doge.
I know you're a comedian. But no, seriously, I don't know you. Are you famous or what?
Yeah, I'm famous in my mom's basement while I drink Miller High Life.
Who gives a fuck that you're famous? No one gives a fuck you're famous.
I told you, in my mom's basement, I'm famous.
Oh, okay. So you're just autistic fuck.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm a fully vaccinated autist.
But do you speak Farsi, like fluently?
Yeah, de lambarat heritage shode.
That's all you know.
Pass me the fess on June. Yes.
I actually make good pheasant juice.
You make good pheasant Jew or June?
Junes.
Ooh, are you married? How old are you? Maybe you'll be my cook and my wife.
No, I have a fiance. Thanks.
You're engaged to a man?
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. But seriously, are you fully Persian?
Yes, I am from Isfahan.
You're from... Okay. Your ass, bitch. Why the hell you were playing stuff about Trump? Why don't you like him?
What do you mean I love Trump? What are you talking about? It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to America. He saved the country.
I know you secretly don't like him. You're one of those Democrats in LA probably don't give a fuck about the reality.
No, that's a lot of people though.
Okay, play whatever you were playing. I'm listening.
Okay.
What about the Japanese kamikazes? What about every suicide bomber?
What about the white people that hunt black people from trees?
What is martyrism?
What about the white people that cut babies out of black women's stomachs? What about the white people that did not think that black women and black men were human?
You're changing the
What
subject.
about the,
You're
you know what I'm saying? So it's
You're
just
changing
like,
it.
what about all of it? Let's talk.
You think you're more
Let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it. Exactly.
Black people.
Exactly, right. Like, let's look at 1800 anthropology, the most racist fucking branch of science ever. The evolution was invented with the idea that the darker you are, the less evolved you are, the closer you are to a fucking race. And the irony is that when we got DNA evidence, it was the fucking crackers who were closely related to Neanderthals, and it was the black people who were actually less fucking or more evolved,
closer to the Fertile Crescent. Ethiopia is the oldest place of the Homo sapien, right? So the first humans are actually Northern African. They're not even.
No. They're not actually wrong. Fucking African.
You should.
They are Central Africans. What the fuck? The Khoisan.
I don't think that's true.
Come on, you wanna?
I'm only going by the scientific.
You guys love to hang on to the Mediterranean.
I'm only going by the scientific community.
No, so have you ever? Do you know what longitude and latitude fucking is? And it's not just the Mediterranean. It's not just the Mediterranean. It's across the fucking globe.
Well, let's start with something we agree
that
on.
hemisphere.
Caucasian people
and that hemisphere is a part of the global latitude. And white people.
No, it does not. And that's what I was saying. Women don't care about men's virginity.
We absolutely.
Men care about women's virginity.
You are not a woman.
But women don't care about virginity.
Are you claiming to be a woman? Because I'm a woman and I'm speaking on women's behalf. Whose behalf are you speaking on? Because I don't.
I'm speaking on men's behalf. We got eyes. We see what y'all do.
In communication, where people project their perspective. That's how talking works, you dumb hoe.
Can you speak with yourself?
She kicked me. Oh, projecting about projecting.
You are not listening at all.
We are Africa, and Africa has penguins.
Africa has penguins.
Those penguins are bitches too. And those penguins steal cars.
When you conquered, because you're a alien to this planet. That's a different conversation.
You need to listen.
You are so arrogant. In your
what was I arrogant about? What did I say that was arrogant?
Maybe the penguins
restate what I said. Restate what I said.
And
restate what I said. Restate my position. Can you restate my position?
A real education.
So you
not
can't.
A white education. Stop doing the
you can't restate my position.
White supremacy education.
You don't even know what I said. You don't even know what I said. What did I say?
I did.
What did I say? Repeat it. Repeat it. Repeat. You can you? Repeat what I said.
You can't repeat everything I said in the last 5 minutes either.
Oh man, we can go on. Just because you don't know that Africa is the best and you're trying to be arrogant and there are penguins. There are penguins in the southern tip of Africa and that you want to be so arrogant. That's exactly what you said.
What the fuck? That's Put it together, nigga. Put it together. Put it together.
You asked me
That's
if I couldn't say it. You asked me if I couldn't say it. I just said it.
That's
Can you tell me what I said? Can you tell me what I said? Can you tell me what I said?
Back to me says you were the one who weren't listening.
Can you tell me?
But I think the point is obvious, right? Like when we have so many people experiencing these out of body experiences, we have so many examples of people taking certain drugs and experiencing things that are outside of explanation. Wouldn't the logical thing to be like, hey, how do we build tools to measure this rather than just like throw this out as nonsense and magic and witchery? Right, like there's a reason why fucking Newton, or not Newton, sorry, Galileo was thrown in jail for coming up with the knowledge that, hey, we don't the universe doesn't circle around the earth. You know what I mean? And so like that's the craziness, is that when we dismiss all these fucking things that like literally we have scientific theories that could explain it. And we dismiss it as crazy, or we hear someone talking about an out-of-body experience and be like, wow, that's fucking crazy. But we have literally quantum, entanglement theories and quantum mechanics, as well as the standard model, and then there's a model to explain the physics around like macro and planets and things. But, like we have these things that suggest that there's at least 20 different dimensions, and yet we're just going to dismiss out-of-body experiences being fucking crazy. Like that's insane to me. Like that's arrogance.
It is. Dismission without reason to dismiss is arrogance. Not entertaining a new idea is the other side of the coin of being bullheaded. Like, right, if you cannot entertain a new idea, then you are by default stuck in your ways. You're indoctrinated. You are stuck in your indoctrination if you can't entertain new ideas.
So that works for you too, right?
Yes. I try to. I mean, I'm not. I mean, shit.
So what is your belief? Let's start there.
I'm an atheist. I try as hard as I may. I can't escape materialism.
Okay, so then that proves the Quran to be true, because God said, they only the disbelievers. You are absolutely. The disbelievers, they only believe what they see in front of them, and you prove that.
No, I don't.
I know I gotta agree with Ray, because if you had said I'm an agnostic, Joe, then I would be like,
but
okay,
I'm not.
like exactly. An agnostic says, hey, I'm humble enough to know that I don't know fuck all, and so I will believe what evidence is put in front of me, but I will not be so fucking stupid to make claims like there is not this, that, or the other. But your arrogance in being an atheist.
Well, I think the volume's down because Jeremy's a moron and his mic
what you just said is
isn't very good.
You should be against.
He's really stupid, this guy.
That you don't believe in. Like, it's a little hypocrite.
He's a Canadian. He's woke as fuck. He's a schmuck. He's stupid. I don't think these people even read books anymore.
Really well, and it makes sense.
You're not
right?
allowed
Like,
to
I myself personally.
Oh, you're Canadian?
I don't think.
Sorry to hear that.
Because
oh, they moved me back to the goo.
Situations, right? Like I'm open to all gods, but I just don't. And I think this has more to do with how my brain works than who I am. But I just can't. I don't see any reason to believe that there is something more than me being an animal. But I do. Okay, Jeremy, you think I didn't entertain these ideas? I have a shoulder tattoo with a huge cross and a huge I was Christian. I'm ordained. I have gone through this. I am not closed-minded to these ideas.
Let's find out. Joe, do you think that black people are superior to white people?
No. The only difference between black people and white people is a percentage of melanin in the skin. At the DNA level, that's a fact.
All right,
I have to agree with Joe on that. I don't think I'm superior.
That's the only difference.
I know you didn't ask me, but I was telling you.
And I wasn't done.
I didn't ask was whether or not you were stuck, but I gave my couple.
Thank you, so I wasn't there talking to him, though.
Scott, what do you think about this social experiment where we get a black woman to essentially do like a podcast, have a conversation but she just talks over everybody, and the whole time she just screams at people for talking over her. But the whole thing is like a fake, like a recording, but it's, from the outside listener who thinks they're listening, they think it's real. But the whole thing is like a setup. It's like, I know I think it would be very funny though, because on Clown House you hear people all the time saying, I'm talking, you're interrupting me, I can't let me say this." So the whole show is essentially, it's called like You're Interrupting Me. That's the name of the show. It's a show about nothing. People just keep screaming, You're interrupting me.
I did not interrupt you.
See? What did I tell you? Fucking told you. The show is called I Didn't Interrupt You. It's a show about nothing. It's a show about people interrupting.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why do you
Hey, Joe, can you take your white superiority and go on mute?
No, I'm asking. I've been asking the question. With those things in front of you, the idea that we don't need sunscreen, the idea that we don't have hunchbacks when we're 80 years old, the idea that we don't look 80 when we're 30, those ideas, escape you. That's all those facts in front of you. All those facts you would ignore? Is that what I'm hearing you say? Because you cannot see all of these things and not know that we're superior. How do you do that?
Well, then I would just say you're not superior about doing your taxes on time. And then I would counter all those things. You're not superior about registering your vehicles. You're not superior about putting your new tabs on. You're not superior
very
about
animalistic, Joe.
I know, I'm just fucking around. Those were jokes. But I love black culture, right? Like, I'm a rap head. But the truth of it is, we are really only different in one place, and that is the amount of melanin in our skin. The DNA between black people and white people is no different, except for the melanin amount in their skin. Which is why I said earlier that Caucasians are a subset of Africans. Because Ethiopia is from science, not from what you think or believe or what premonitions you had. The oldest Homo sapiens are 200 to 300,000 years old, originating in northern Africa. From there, some migrated north, and some migrated towards the
Did you know Caucasians are actually secret African Americans? Every white American is secretly an African American.
Wait.
Can I ask you a quick question? Was that mansplaining or was that?
He's mansplaining Caucasians to Africans.
That's what that was.
We all black, Scott. We lost our melanin. I'm a black man, demelanated.
Joe, we got science education, right? Joe, what we disagree with is the inception coming from North Africa as opposed to Central Africa. The other thing, hold on. The other thing I want to clarify with you.
Are you an archaeologist?
No, Joe.
Are you an archaeologist?
She's an expert in everything, Joe.
The bigger thing,
She's a genius.
The bigger thing that one
Bonafide. Certified.
The bigger thing that I wanted to question with you is, you said, despite all these things, that African Americans have advantage towards us, we're all human. We're all the same. How do you validate that?
How do I validate what?
Oh my God.
All of the advantages.
Jeremy, thank you for
reminding me about that, but nevertheless, that's what you said.
This shit is amazing. I would try to be for it.
Dismiss that. So all the things you agree that we are in advancement of y'all.
Well,
I know you're trying to
except for Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's killing y'all. So sorry.
But I'm not done with the question. You threw it under the rug that all the things that I mentioned it. I mentioned a lot of things.
Yes, but can you prove life started in Central America?
You summed it up by saying, you said, sure, Africans have all these great things, but we started from North America. Can you admit that all of the things we have, you don't have? And you agree with that? No! All of the things we have, precognition, deja vu.
Wait,
but
are you Louisiana voodoo, you claim to have precognition.
So
let me ask you a question. Tell me what I'm going to do next.
Yeah. Joe,
Tell
you
me.
believe that voodoo comes from Louisiana?
You're claiming that
She a
black
precog!
people have a higher...
Look out, she's a witch!
Comes from Louisiana?
No, it actually comes from Haiti.
No, does it?
It is. And it moves into Louisiana, the voodoo and the hoodoo.
There's no voodoo in
It's an immigration period from like 1920.
And it's for devil worshippers.
So if you have this thing that I don't have, you need to prove it to me. This is why I said I can't escape materialism. Because everybody tells me they have this God. And everybody tells me they have that God or that ability. And then when I ask them to prove it, they never can. They never can.
So what is your... I want to ask you something, right? How can one prove to you that there is a God? What is your standard of proof?
To outperform an animal. So I think that we're just animals, right? We're easily hackable. Mm-hmm. I mean, the $4 billion last year was made in phone call scams to Americans. Someone calling an American and saying, your taxes are overdue. You need to give me thousands of dollars to get this. You missed a tollway. You need to give me this much money. All these people are religious. They tell me, they talk to God. And yet, a phone call scam can trick them. That's what I'm saying.
That's a weak argument, right?
That's not weak. Where's God?
Not everybody is getting tricked by a phone call, though, Joe.
$4 billion worth art. I'm not, because I understand that people are trying.
Right. So then, by your own admission, you're outperforming.
Yes, I am.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't rely
But what I'm saying is that wouldn't be a good argument, now, would it, Joe?
It is, because my mom got scammed, and she was like, God help me. Hopefully, I pay this money. I'm gonna pray on it. God help me. Hopefully, I pray this will go away if I pay this money. And they took her for $2,000.
Well, it's unfortunate your mom was that gullible. Right.
Again,
and if she was actually following the word of God, but no, I have to say this, right? And I just have to be honest. If she was actually following the word of God, I can almost bet $1,000.
Scotsman now.
I'll bet you $1,000 to a bucket of shit she wouldn't get scammed.
So she's the problem. She's her belief is not right.
If you saying
so
that
you're saying
it has nothing, her being gullible has nothing
That's
to
a
do
fallacy.
with God. No, her being gullible in that moment
has
nothing to do with God. But the good thing is, she recognized, where her weakness is, and
she didn't.
I'm sure if she truly believed in God, God would strengthen her, and she won't get God again.
That's easy to say. That's super easy to say.
It is.
That's not evidence.
And in life,
that's not evidence.
You have to learn lessons, right? Yeah. So what you presented is an evidence, or a sufficient reason why.
All communication is hypnosis. That's all he's trying to say, stupid. All communication is hypnosis.
Oh, Lord. Get ready for the Looney Tunes.
It's true. It doesn't matter what comes. Fresh goes better in life.
Mentos freshness, Mentos freshness. Mentos freshness is Mentos freshness full of life. Mentos, the fresh maker.
That might be my
favorite hypnosis.
That might be my new favorite one. No matter what happens, Fresca tastes better in life.
Yes.
Also, faster with the Nazi soda.
Can I ask you a question, Joe? Do you believe a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man?
What a funny question. So, actually, man and women are socially constructed identities, right? Do you know what...
Oh, here we go again with social constructionists, you fucking wank, dumb motherfucker. You are so stupid, Joe. No wonder why your mom got ripped off for $2,000. Your son is a product of that stupidity.
Have you guys studied the...
There we have it.
There you have it. Have you studied the brain scans of homosexual men? Have you done that?
Joe, you know what's so interesting about that, Joe? You know what's so interesting about that, Joe? It's not
No, I've studied that.
Hold on. You know what's so interesting about
Oh, you took a selfie is what you did, Doctor. Dr. Joe took a selfie of his gay head. Oh my God, Dr. Joe's brain is gay.
Joe, there's not many studies on a transgender brain in comparison.
There are tons of
still
them.
Such a new study, Joe.
There are tons of these studies.
Still a new study.
Yeah, taxpayers spent billions of dollars on these gay studies.
Have you heard of the birth?
Gay alert! Gay alert! Gay alert!
I bet you haven't. This is so funny. You know
that. Well, hold on, Joe.
No, I'm asking you a question. Don't hold on. I'm asking you a question.
I'm about to. What is it called?
What is it? Here's the question. Do you know what the paternal birth order defect is?
Okay.
Paternal birth order defect.
Now watch how I show them up.
The more sons one mother has, their increase in likelihood of being homosexual is about 20%.
Oh my God, it's basic statistics, stupid!
And this is studied, and this is well observed, and you can look it up. And they think it is because of a response in the uterus towards a male.
Hey, Daniel Nero, that was so funny. That one room we did where you were like reading funny statistics.
After you have your first male.
That was so funny. That was a very funny room, actually.
I did a great debate.
You were hilarious. You were reading like all these like far off statistics. You remember that room? It was a couple days ago.
It was fantastic, bro.
Yeah, that was very funny. Scott, I don't know if I don't think you heard that room, but that room is actually probably worthy of replay.
Do you have any idea how much you have me dying when you talk about Andrew getting punched out?
Oh yeah, that was technically the Andrew roast room. Yeah.
I'm like in tears.
That was very funny. Did you see Andrew today? He merged with Chillism, like the two stupidest rooms on Clown House combined.
Yeah, fucking unbelievable.
Andrew is Jesus Christ, and Nathan is Barnabas? What was the guy's name on the cross? Barabbas? Barabbas. I'm creating a new room. It's called Andrew is Jesus Christ and Nathan is Barabbas. I got a frog and a clown emoji.
You can enter the room, listen to the topic, come back 3 hours later, and it's not moved an inch.
It's so crazy because, you know, basically, like, Chillism is the perfect room to live stream because you can set it up at 9 in the morning, come back at 9 at night, and it just, the room is still going, so it's the perfect, like, room to live stream because it's guaranteed to run. You know, a lot of these rooms, they go and shut down because what I want to do is, like, set it and forget it, where, like, you set the live stream, you just walk away, you come back a whole day later, and you're like, okay, got a lot of content here, you know, and I didn't have to listen to any of it. That's when I feel best about myself, is when I can, like, generate a ton of content, but not have to listen to any of it. It's true.
It's fantastic, man. I wish there was some, like, AI thing that you could do that it would edit out, like, the real, like, the gems from the chaff from the wheat, you know? Like the part where people just explode or say stupid shit. I don't know.
Yeah, the crash outs are like the big crescendo, the big moment of every room when somebody, you know, has an emotional moment and crashes out. Like that's technically like the funnest part of the whole app is listening to somebody have a mental health, emotional breakdown.
Yeah. It's better than Andrew being like this mummified little Gene Hackman type, but the bottom, I appreciate Andrew and his insanity deeply. I mean, if he weren't, you know...
But what do you know about the man personally? Because nobody can support themselves doing this. So how does he make this work? Like, what's his real life like?
He does clean-outs for banks on foreclosed homes.
Mm-hmm.
And he does detailing of the homes and cleans them and shit like that.
So he's a house cleaner.
Yeah, And I think he uses a truck or whatever to empty these places out when they leave shit in there. So he does stuff for the bank, I guess. But he cleans homes, dude.
I mean, does he have an undergrad? Did he graduate the 8th grade? Like, that is not much of a resume to say he's a house cleaner. I mean, but the point is, it doesn't really matter what somebody's resume is. You can just instantaneously judge somebody based on how they're behaving, what they're saying, what they're listening to. But yeah, I mean, he's another guy who does one of these rooms where you can live stream it and forget it. So today was just a big day seeing Nathan and Andrew. I felt like they, common ground, shared struggle for intelligence. Haven't read a book in years. Andrew could have recorded the Bible like 10 times by now, or at least even once. I feel like reading the whole Bible from, cover to cover and creating an audiobook like once in your life, it'll only take you like a month to do it. But like anybody who's going to talk about scripture all day long, but never talk about scripture and never actually read scripture is the definition of stupidity. So that's my opinion. I mean, maybe he does read it, but anyways, I just like to roast people. That's my shtick, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot unknown about Andrew. So his education or where he's from. His parents were Mormon. He was part of Ruby Ridge in some weird way. They converted to Christianity and left their Mormonism behind. And he has a brother or two. I know he was punched out at a party. He lost a tooth. And his dignity by just getting knocked out. That guy that looked like chemo. The dude from the UFC. What else about Andrew? Yeah, there's not much else we know.
You've painted some broad brushstrokes, but I'm trying to wonder what makes the man tick.
Yeah, it's a great question. What does make Andrew tick? I don't think that clock's ticking. I mean, you can wind it up as much as you want. I don't even think there's a tick there, bro. I'm assuming it's some kind of indoctrination at a young age. I don't know.
What does he think about the rapture or apocalypse? Like, have you ever heard him actually get into detail about his worldview and, global governments and apocalypse and things like this? Because, a lot of these Christian churches, and there's thousands of them, are into end of times. But I've never heard him really go into detail about end of times. Those are, to me, the most far out conversations, because then you really get into nihilism and destruction and chaos and end of world and rapture and, the 2000 or the 1000 or whatever the number is. And those are he's not like that crazy of a Christian, because I could show you YouTube channels of that one preacher, in Arizona or whatever his name is. He was pretty popular on the internet. He's basically like a Christian extremist. But those are like the really crazy people, and you just don't even see those people on this app. You see a few of them. But the funny thing is, if you're so well versed in the Bible, you actually are a very dangerous person. Because your intelligence is actually super high. And whatever somebody is pitching you, you can always just come back with the right scripture to say, listen, don't fuck with me. I will re-hypnotize your hypnosis with powerful wisdom from the Bible, and you can't fuck with me. So those people are fun too. But Andrew seems to be, neither of those. He just seems like he's very generic and, playing the Johnny Carson role or something.
Yeah, Andrew is not nihilism light. Number one, he thinks everyone goes to the same place. No matter what you do, God's going to get you, pull you up by your hair and bring you into the kingdom. That's number one. Number two is that his eschatology is like, well, we ain't going to get to heaven until everything goes to shit. He's just, tapping his fingers on his desk waiting for things to just
go pear-shaped and belly up. I mean, this is nihilism 101, right? Like, we're not going to get to heaven until the world is, like, on fire. And there's a very small number of Christians left. So that's his view. He also is a very clever person. He knows what to say and what not to say about his views. He's very shrewd. He knows how it will be received. I think he's an anti-Semite. I think he has Illuminati inclinations that he knows to keep chill and stuff like that. And of course, that's just speculation. But yeah, I think that's what's going on with old Andrew. It's a very sad picture, a very bleak picture. But Chicago pizza parlors are like one of my favorite. I want to get a Chicago deep dish. And I know just a man to lead me in the right direction, bro.
Yeah, I've heard him like make anti-Semitic comments. I've heard.
Where should I get a pizza?
I just read that there's this new pizza place. It's like the #1 pizza place in Chicago, rated. It's called like Mary's, or I'd have to Google it, but you have to order like a day in advance or order, as they have availability. It's wild. It's like that popular. And I could look it up if you're actually in Chicago, but Lou Malnati's is like a good deep dish slice, There's just so much good pizza in Chicago. I live near a really good place. Yeah, but I've heard Andrew make some anti-Semitic comments but he doesn't really like dwell on it, and like the general content he brings is just like, hey buddy. He reminds me of a cartoon, actually, like a cartoon character. Pleasant, nice, doesn't change, evergreen, and it's the same show repeating day after day. But it's been going on quite a while, and I just feel like if you are actually cleaning houses for a living, why the fuck are you creating a YouTube channel or trying to build some type of a platform or an audience or something? I mean,
he's got to have something where he's pulling residuals, dude. There's no way that he's living off of whatever that is. No way. He's got to have some residual income that's just creeping in drip by drip.
I mean, is he on disability then? And then he just doesn't report the income from cleaning houses?
Like under the table?
Well, yeah. I mean, if he's getting paid cash by somebody who's the actual contractor with the mortgage company, like he's just the cleaning guy. Like cleaning people get paid in cash.
Like that. So I think that they're able to sort of Uncle Sam kind of takes a back seat there, if you know what I mean, huh?
So he wouldn't agree with that verse in the Bible about paying Caesar what's due Caesar and all that. So he's technically not in compliance with the tax code. Interesting.
Sometimes when you bomb a room, like you don't prolong it, you just bomb it. Like, you're like, fuck it. You're like, fuck this. I'm not patient enough. I'm not gonna work it. You just go in there.
Yeah, immediately. Immediately. Yep. I don't even wait anymore. Every single time, just about.
Zero effort. Like you're like, I'm gonna just belly flop in here and get the fuck out.
Yeah, because I don't want to be there to begin with, and it's already going on too long. I have like a 10-second rule basically. I wait 10 seconds to come up on stage. If nothing happens, I'm out. But I'm not gonna even wait for an opening. I will just talk over whoever's talking. I'm just there to like cause a headache, basically. Migraine, aneurysm. That's the way I look at it. It's like, just go straight for the jugular. There's no playing any games here. Like, I want everybody to know that somebody is in the room that does not like what you guys are wasting time on. And my favorite line is just, welcome back to another episode of Low IQ Dumb People talking about nothing, wasting all their time on a Thursday night, Friday night. Like, that just seems to always apply. So that's what I go with. But Daniel, my theory is that this is a self-roast app. I roast myself, and everybody's technically self-roasting because it's pathetic. How can grown men on weekdays during work hours call this work engaging in low IQ research and conversation? There's no actual
Communication is hypnosis.
Yeah.
Hypnosis is calm. Dude, when you do the rhythmic shit, like the you do like these little songs with it, and it gets under people's skin. I love it, bro. All communication is hypnosis. Comedy. And then you'll play that little like that buzzer.
Yeah, I should actually go get my Zen bell and reincorporate that into my communication here.
You're one of the best, dude. Like, you're appreciated. A lot of people appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it, bro. I hope you stay inspired. I love it.
Yeah, it's cringe fringe comedy. I call it absurdist comedy. But what makes it so layered is the fact that like I'm funny, but also what people are doing here is cringe and funny and stupid. But it's funny because it's so stupid. Like I don't know if you know who Concrete is, but like I could play you a room of him calling me a bitch faggot and screaming at me and saying, "Why are you always calling me stupid?" and just going bananas on me today. Like really just a chimp out. I don't like using the word chimp out, but you definitely hear a lot of chimping out on this app. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I love what you do, man. I hope you keep doing it, and I hope that you stay inspired. It's comedy, and it's worthy.
You know what I would love to do is like rent out a theater, and then set up my phones, and then have like a big screen or something, or a projector, and then just like project the clown house rooms onto the screen, and then just have my back or whatever, or, walk around, but like have people just watch me in a theater interacting with all these Clubhouse accounts and prank calling all these Clubhouse rooms. Like that, the whole show would be interactive like Kill Tony.
Oh my god, that would be fucking fantastic. I could just go into a room and say, "Oh, let's see what's going on in here," and just improv. We're on the spot, dude.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
I wonder if I should just like try to create an event and call it like Kill Tony Comes to Chicago, and then create like a fake Kill Tony show.
But hold on, this is what I think. Look, remember what Gallagher did? Where he took a big hammer and was just like crushing fruit.
Daniel, you're not gonna believe this, but he's dead now, but I was personal like good friends with Gallagher. I hung out with him many times.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not kidding you. I could show you photos right now of me and Gallagher.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Bro, why do you have to troll me, though?
It's not a lie. I can tell you what happened. I was in Vegas.
It's weird.
I'm not
troll me. I'm on your side.
I'm not trolling you. I was actually good friends with Gallagher. I met him in Vegas at a trade show.
God.
I lived in LA. He would come to my place in LA. He thinks I'm kidding, huh? Apparently he thinks I'm kidding about Gallagher. I have to find my Gallagher photos. But I'm actually in a movie about Gallagher. I was interviewed by some documentarian because I was friends with him. Okay, so can we find... Well, let's just do the... I really wanted to read a book today. I feel like... So you gotta get it done in the morning or you don't get it done at all.
Me and Christian will tandem debate that.
Christian wants to have other ignorant people.
2 minutes.
That we need. Okay, so Jeremy, you're excluded from this conversation. There are other ignorant ass people who have come off the mic that I was talking to about fried fucking
chicken. You're not listening.
Fried chicken. But I was trying to get clear.
This actually turned into a
What is it?
You're interrupting me.
Chicken. What?
No substance here.
What is it?
Hold on. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Does anyone want to debate?
Chicken and watermelon.
Here's a debate topic. Let's try this.
But you would have already known that as a precognitive.
She a precog. She a black witch. She in the Thelematic Church. She's a Satanist.
Chris comes in from left field all the time.
So,
But
wait, so hold on. What if we
debate.
have a debate topic? Hold on, wait. There might be a debate
The debate topic is black people are better than white people.
Or we can debate that.
Wait, Ray, can I go real quick? Ray, can I go? Because this is actually a very interesting topic here. Okay. Like, I think we need to dial in on this. Okay. So Joe, what?
That man speaking in tongues. We time traveling, girl. We time traveling. Traveling LED light.
Huh? I don't even be around LED.
From my ears.
Black men are the most unclean
You trying to
bodies in the
compete for
Lord.
my ears.
Black men are the
we're
most
not even having a
unclean bodies
conversation.
in
You
the
just
Lord.
yelling at us now.
Black men are the most.
We're not even having a conversation. You just screaming. You just
Hello?
screaming and trying to lecture at niggas.
Hello?
Because your statistics is wrong and you're mad.
Hello?
Nobody looks for y'all. Y'all have no wives.
Yo, but Daniel, I'm serious. I don't know why you think I'm joking, but I was actually very good friends with Gallagher.
You gotta remove her. She's not gonna let nobody talk.
Hello?
I'm sure the fuck not, because y'all are the most unclean bodies in the Lord.
She said she got a man.
Y'all are the most
She said she got a man,
unclean
but instead of
bodies
her
in the
yelling
Lord.
at man, she's gonna come here
Y'all
and yell
got
at
it
us, bro.
wrong. Is she a porn star or something? What's going on?
Bro, listen. If women was the most educated people in the whole world, then why is it that the richest person in the whole world is a man? Got the top 10 richest people in the world is fucking men. So why the fuck are you over here?
We built the roads. We built the cars. We built the boats. We built the trains. We built the planes. We built the rockets. What did you ever build with that coochie?
Hey, man, shut up. Man, who the fuck is that?
Pussy Ben Steele.
Okay, now, a lot of men invented shit for this fucked up ass world.
You're saying that Travis
We was the ones
just
who
came
made
into
cars.
this realm and
I swallowed too. I swallowed that pussy juice.
Guns, buildings, right?
But you can't say that because how long were women oppressed and we're still up there with y'all when it comes to inventions?
Y'all are not oppressed.
Hold on, let me just pull it up.
Women were never
We're
oppressed.
oppressed for years.
All that
Regardless
yelling
of what you
against
say.
people.
So, that's the year after I was born.
Oh, wow.
Let's try now.
Everybody.
The women that didn't go to college aren't the ones up here talking about, I can't find a man on my level.
Oh,
it's not
that's bullshit, but okay.
That's not to say that they don't have other concerns, but that's not one of them. They do have other concerns. They do have man concerns. But that's not it. I can't
Darren
find a man
Hood,
on my level.
vaccinados and high-speed internet fraud, and Google Microsoft AI China lobbies.
You talking for the women too, huh?
No. Well, you talking for the women that did go to college.
I'm not talking. I'm not for. First of all, Mamiya, don't get me started because you know I'll belittle your ass. So don't you come for me, motherfucker. Don't come for me, little motherfucker. Don't come for me, little mother. So see, I was trying. I don't give a fuck if I'm not this big. I was trying to talk to you on an intelligent level, but you.
Is that what you're going to do now?
Bitch. You little dick bitch.
No. You old fucking ass. You battle ass.
Both of y'all got your little dish in it. Now back to what we were saying. Okay, now what were y'all talking about?
I said, Jonathan, I have no problem with people dating within their lane. I got no issue with that. The issue I have, and it came out this evening, is there is a nasty tendency for blue-collar guys to get scapegoated